What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the new college football playoffs cards coming into cut today. And look, I'm back. I know y'all miss seeing my face. If you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. Now, within these cards, and I'll briefly bring one up for us right now, is you don't see all their stats. However, you can get a feel for how good each and every one of these cards is going to be. So again, yes, we don't have the complete stats, especially like the change of direction stat, which is super important. But you still can see how good each and every one of these cards probably is going to be. Here's a look at the schedule. Obviously, today we will see the CFP Playoffs Volume 3. Come Sunday, we will see the Bowl Legends drop as well. So just kind of something that is important to know, especially now. Outside of Bowl Legends, that drop does come out in the morning. All these cards will come out at 1:30 Eastern time. So basically in the middle of the day. Now, we're going to start off today talking about our first card, Shimari Simmons from Arizona State. I've heard that this entire drop is all Arizona State. Is that true? Is it not true? I don't know. That's what we're going to get into. Run support, free safety here. Let's see. Decent acceleration, decent man, decent zone. But there's just not a whole lot going on for the card. He's only 6 feet tall. Better in run support than in coverage. He's fine. Not my type of free safety. But if you are in need, whatever, you get this card, he can probably at least hold it down for the time being. Next up, Amin Vano from Penn State. Happy about. Penn State's looking kind of dangerous right now. Now, I will say this, like, I wasn't necessarily sold on the fact that, like, the playoffs bracket was weird, but it kind of is. Like, Penn State had an easy road, and then you got Oregon, the one state that gets rewarded versus Ohio State. It just doesn't seem right. Looking at the card, 88 speed, 87 acceleration, decent block shed, gonna get after the quarterback. I like this card. Overall, for a 90 overall, I mean, good speed, decent block shed, gonna get after the quarterback. I like Vano. I think this card is definitely really solid and can play and compete at a pretty high level. Next up, Lean Ransom from the Ohio State University, man. Ohio State looked dangerous offensively. Honestly, both sides of the ball in that first half was just ridiculous. This guy, 6'1" on the field, 90 speed, 91 acceleration. Wish he was a little bit faster. 90 man, 90 zone, 98 power. Just that overall 90, 90, 90, 90. But he's a 92 overall. So the stats to me don't necessarily replicate the card and how good he should be. Card's fine though. Definitely a card that, you know, can play and compete at a decently high level. I just don't love him as far as a 92 overall. Feel like we should be getting a little bit better of a card. Latrell Kaplis up next, I think is how you pronounce his name. Boise, I don't know, man. Like, they just... Honestly, it was just kind of a disaster for them. And again, the way Boise plays is they need to run the football super effectively. And Genty had a decent game, but it just never seemed great. 6 feet tall, 91 speed, decent route runner. Do want to see what that spin move, juke move looks like. Again, the guy is only 6 feet tall, so that obviously hurts his value slightly, but the card is fine. Not necessarily my favorite wide receiver in the game, but he's not worthless. Just, again, not necessarily my favorite card from this CFP set. Then we see a Jaylen Walker, and he's a BND, so I don't know if you can get this card for free. I wasn't listening at the time that these did come out, but could possibly be free, I guess. We'll see in game when I do load it up. But let's look at this card, see what he does indeed give us on the field. 6'1" for an outside linebacker, not bad. 90 speed, 91 acceleration, decent enough block shed. Thing about him is he's not going to get after the quarterback super well. Not horrible, but not super well. I do want to see what does that change of direction look like. What does the zone coverage look like? Because for me, he's a run stopper. But again, the stats don't equate to the 94 overall. You see the 94 overall. This card does not look like a 94 overall. He looks more like a 92 overall. And it's not to say you can't play him, because you can. But he's not looking like a 94 overall right now on this game. Again, not a horrible card, but not a card to necessarily get like super excited about. Anything like that is Jaylen Walker. And Indiana, man, I feel bad for them. They had such a good season and then just got dogged. Sam Leavitt. I'll tell you guys this. Give me a quarterback like Sam Leavitt every single day of the week. You talk about a competitor, Sam Leavitt's exactly that. 91 speed, good throw-in stats all across the board. He is a scrambler quarterback. Things that I want to know for Sam Leavitt that we won't know until later is, what does that throw accuracy look like? what does the ball carrying look like? What does the spin move, juke move look like? Because again, 91 speed, good accuracy stats across the board, looks solid, but I do want to see that throw accuracy stat. I do want to see if he throws a tight spiral. If he does those couple of things, Sam Leavitt is going to be an absolute beast of a quarterback on this game. Still not obviously as fast as a guy like Michael Vick, Cam Newton, or even a Kyler Murray. But Sam Leavitt, stat-wise, looks good. Do need to see that throw accuracy. And if he does throw the tight spiral, though, for Sam Leavitt. But I was thoroughly impressed with this guy and watching him play. Again, Arizona State, another team that just loves to run the football. But Leavitt he's really, really solid. Next up, Keith Abney II. Let's see what his height is first and foremost, and then go from there. This guy, okay, hold up. I looked it up wrong, but let's break it down. 93 speed, 94 acceleration. Better in zone coverage than man coverage, obviously, when you do look at the card. 94 jump is really solid as well. So not a whole lot of negative things. He is only 5'11", not that great in man coverage, only a 93 speed. It just seems like, to me, he's an okay corner, but at this stage of the game, he's not great. And he says he's a BND, so again, I don't know if he's just a player in packs or if you're going to be able to get this card for free. Maybe. I don't know at the time I'm recording this. The card looks okay, not necessarily that next level good, is how I'd say it for Abney II. Now, again, that's just my personal opinion. If you think this card is fine, do what you got to do. Look, I think man coverage is more important than zone coverage at this stage. And again, the 93 speed on a 94 overall corner. I'm not saying it's a huge letdown, but it's just a little bit of a letdown, in my opinion. Next up, after Keith Abney, we've got Carnell Tate. Here's a wide receiver that I like quite a bit. Now, recently, we've seen a lot of wide receivers that'll be a 94, 95 overall with only 93 speed. Now, for Carnell Tate, he's got that 94 speed, matching that 94 overall. He's 6'3". Route running is solid. You want to see what the spin move, juke move looks like, as well as ball carrying. But the card looks insanely good. 94 speed for a guy that's 6'3", with good route running ability, with all of those season 4 abilities. Going to have that silver takeoff, stuff like that. Carnell Tate is going to be a beast on this game for a 94 overall. I don't expect the card to be insanely overpriced. I think he is going to be a stud of a wide receiver on this game for his price. Now again, we'll have to see, but even him compared to like a DK Metcalf, I think Carnell Tate's just as good as the card. So again, we'll see, obviously, when the card's in game, what his price is like, all of those types of things. But I think Carnell Tate on this game is a really, really solid wide receiver for you guys to pick up and to use and have success with on this game. Definitely like the speed, the deep route running, as well as the fact that he's 6'3". That is going to be super tough to beat in a college football ultimate team for just the time we're in. Carnell Tate, really good card. Xavier Gullory up next, 94 speed, 95 jumping, but another really, really solid wide receiver for your specific ultimate team. Now, when you're looking at Gullory, he is 6'2", so that's fine as well. 94 speed, getting good route runner, another great wide receiver. If you pick up those 2 wide receivers today, and I honestly don't think they're going to be insanely expensive in Gullory and Carnell Tate, you've got 2 really good wide receivers for you guys. Because again, they're going to get all of the season 4 abilities, like the silver takeoff, silver cutter, all of those types of things. And both guys are guys that are fast, guys that have solid route running, and guys that, you know what, are decently tall as well. So in both of these guys, I think you're getting really, really solid wide receivers that you can play and that are going to definitely help you guys out in a big time way. So that's my opinion on Gullory and Carnell Tate, both wide receivers that are really, really solid and should drive down the prices of the wide receiver auction house in general, which we need. We need cheaper wide receivers because the price of the wide receiver market have just gotten a little bit crazy in my personal opinion. Mundy Jr. up next. I do not like this card. I don't. And I know people are going to gas him. Well, Ty, what if his change of direction is great? What if all these things are great? All of that's cool and all. He's 6'3". He looks like a good user, but he's got 75 block shed. So my question to you is, sure, he's got a good loot user, but if somebody blocks this Mundy Jr. card, it's over with. It's over with. He's not getting off of blocks. And with the way people run the ball with Reggie Bush right now, this card is not ideal for me. I mean, only a 91 speed with 75 block shed. His change of direction honestly could be a 95, and I still would not love this card. I just wouldn't. And that's my personal opinion. He's not a complete middle linebacker. He is a pass coverage guy. Now, could you have him as your backup middle linebacker and in like 3rd and 20 type situations? Could you play him? Absolutely. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with that particularly. I'm just saying, as far as an overall middle linebacker on the game, I don't love him. I don't love him. So that's just kind of the way I'm looking at things for Mundy Jr. If you really like this card, do what you guys ultimately have to do. I'm just saying that block shed leaves a lot to be desired. 6'3" is obviously super nice for a middle linebacker. But again, that block shed being as low as it is absolutely crazy in my personal opinion. Jonathan McGill up next from SMU. 93 speed, 94 acceleration, good pursuit, good enough in coverage. It's not great in coverage, but he is good enough in coverage there. Good hit power. Problem is he's only 5'10". And I've noticed since I've used Pig Cage quite a bit, height is so valuable at that safety position. It really is. And so for me, Jonathan McGill is not great. 93 speed, 94 acceleration. Nothing really stands out about this card. He's fine if you get a like B and D version of the card and you have to run him, whatever. But the card he's not great in my opinion. There are better free safeties in the game. Now again, if you're a big SMU fan, McGill can definitely play. He's a fine safety to use. He's just not that next level good in my personal opinion. Jack Kaiser up next, Notre Dame. Notre Dame looked really, really, really solid. Here's an outside linebacker that I think I like quite a bit. Now, let's start with this. Jack Kaiser, 6'2", at the outside linebacker position, left outside linebacker, 92 speed, 93 acceleration, solid enough block shed, and he's a pass coverage outside linebacker. So you know his zone coverage and his change of direction probably will be good. Again, we'll have to wait on those specific stats, but they're probably going to be good. 88 block shed. It's not great, but it's good enough. Like that compared to Mondon's 75 is night and day difference. Getting after the quarterback, he's not great, but he is good enough. And so if you do have to occasionally rush the passer, Kaiser's going to be fine, especially with that speed. Acceleration not being bad whatsoever. So I actually like this card quite a bit. I think this card is one of your better outside linebackers in the game. Now, a lot of people have said, well, Ty, is Kaiser the best outside linebacker in the game? And I think that is that's a tougher question. As again, we've got a lot of solid outside linebackers right now in the game. And I'll just name a couple like people are comparing him to. Like people compare him to Vic Beasley. Is Kaiser better than Vic Beasley? That's a tough one because Vic Beasley, again, at getting after the quarterback is so elite. Kaiser's more of a pass coverage outside linebacker. So different cards for sure. But again, I think Kaiser fits what I want to do on the field more than a guy like a Vic Beasley. Next up, we do see okay, can we move forward on this? Jack Kaiser is cool and all, but can we move forward? A Cam Camper. Now, look, I'm not one to sit here and hate, but here's the problem. You're seeing a 95 overall wide receiver with a 93 speed. Like, is this me or like, to me, like Carnell Tate is better than Cam Camper. 6'3", that's solid, but route running is just okay. Speed is not great at a 93. You got Carnell Tate and Gullory who are both faster than Cam Camper. It just does not make a whole lot of sense for you guys to pick up this card as an LTD that's probably going to be more expensive when those other cards are in the game. So that's the way I'm thinking about this for Cam Camper. He's fine, but the speed needed to be a little bit higher if I were to run a guy like Cam Camper. In this game, I will say though, just another wide receiver to help drive down the prices of the top wide receivers in the game. So, wide receiver position should be pretty cheap. I'm just not super excited about Cam Camper. We also are going to see the next round of the playoffs, set to keep grinding for you guys. There is a redemption token as well. So, just stay up to date on that if you are looking to grind that out. But that's going to wrap it up for our video, talking about each and every one of the new CFP cards coming today. It's a fine drop. One thing I will say is the prices of the wide receivers in this game should go way down. As far as all the other cards, I'm excited about Sam Leavitt. That's a card at the quarterback position with good speed. Want to see the throw accuracy, want to be good. I want to see him throw a tight spiral. If those couple of things add up, you've got a really good quarterback coming to the game. That's going to wrap it up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.